Chapter 14.
"Accuse me if you must, Potter," Draco muttered, weariness in his voice. "You've been hinting at it all along. Is that why you're here alone? Did you tell your friends to keep back for protection? Only the chosen one could dare confront a Death Eater, right?" Draco was aware of how damning the situation looked, as Potter pointed out, the missing pieces in his story that he couldn't fill. Potter was offering him a chance to explain, and he wanted to, but the words stuck in his throat. "Draco, we're all at a loss. Even Hermione's trying to rationalize why you vanished with the ghost just before everything unfolded. Why were you with Moaning Myrtle that night?" Draco reacted defensively with a shrug. What could he say? That he felt sorry for her? It would come across better to claim he was testing out Langlock on ghosts. "Draco," Harry implored, waiting for an explanation, but receiving none. "If you would just open up, maybe we'd get it. But you never do. No one else in Slytherin matches the mold half as well. Can't you see? You're our age, yet there's something so much more powerful about you. It's like you're more than just a second year. Like you're not who people believe you to be." I'm probably sounding insane. Draco tilted his head defiantly, refusing to break eye contact with Potter and admit the truth of his words by looking away. Even if it was tempting to flee, or scream, or even close the gap between them in a reckless kiss, as if that could prove his innocence or guilt, anything to make Potter understand he wasn't what Potter thought. Even if that truth might be more disconcerting, Draco was not the heir of Slytherin. "You're the powerful one, Potter," retorted Draco, eyes locked on Potter's lips. "If raw power indicates guilt, then you're ahead of me there." "Maybe it's true. I wouldn't know," Potter replied carefully. "Remember, I was nearly placed in Slytherin myself, wasn't I? You saw me in that uniform." Draco couldn't grasp the direction of Potter's disturbing train of thought. "Potter," Draco drawled, putting on an air of indifference, "are you suggesting you're the heir of Slytherin? I've heard the rumors in the halls, of course, but I never thought. It's true, your eyes do bear that Slytherin green." Then an unexpected gesture, fingers brushing his Slytherin-hued tie. "That green comes from my mother," Potter objected, the tension escalating with that minor slip-up, forcing Draco to avert his gaze. "I didn't mean it that way. It was just in jest, Potter. Really, I'm sorry," Draco mumbled, and Potter used the tie to direct Draco's gaze back to him. "We want to believe your innocence." Potter's tone was earnest. "We've told no one, not even Dumbledore, what Myrtle claimed. And nothing about your presence in Knockturn Alley with your father, or the real possessor of your wand. We want to believe you played no part in this." "I want to. It's tough when you distance us and treat it all as a joke. It's like you want us to assume the worst." Draco opened his mouth, intending to say, "I can't answer. There's magic that binds my tongue." But he found himself silenced once more. "And I'm the last you'd speak to, right? Last in the entire world." Harry took a steadying breath. "Draco, maybe we need to take your wand back to Dumbledore, ensure nothing's been done, that your father hasn't meddled." "Potter," Draco whispered, his lips parched, his mind sluggish, unprepared for this moment. "I'm talking to you now. I'd vow upon anything. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't open the chamber for my father. I wouldn't betray Hermione. Potter, I wouldn't betray you." "What if I was truly the heir of Slytherin as you teased?" Potter queried cautiously. "Would you expose me, try to halt me, or would you safeguard my secret? Would you betray me then?" Draco hadn't the faintest idea what Potter hoped for, so honesty came forth. "I wouldn't betray you. I'd protect you, always provided Hermione stays unharmed." It appeared to be the wrong answer. Potter's eyes widened in shock, and he fled the trophy room, wordlessly. On Thursday morning, Draco didn't hesitate to miss History of Magic for a chance to find Severus, hoping to find clarity. The wards welcomed him, as always, into Severus's quarters. He crossed into the rooms, mindful of the fiend fire Vile he'd witnessed before, only to come face to face with a wall where the fire used to reside. The place, once filled with magical green flames or shielded red, was now a flat, stone facade, distinguishable from the wall around it by the slightly lighter hue of newer mortar. Draco pressed his hand to the stone, heart pounding, pondering the possibility of Severus's catch and the lingering fiend fire behind it. No warmth was perceptible, save his own skin's contact. Out came his wand, the one Potter distrusted, to invoke Diffindo, realizing how the craftsmanship with turquoises aided his skill. Or so it should have been, the spell barely grazing the stone, possibly guarded by enchantments. Did a spark of fiend fire smolder there, requiring Severus's guard, which if unleashed, could raise the castle and beyond, Draco included?
So be it.
Bombarda, Draco exclaimed, recalling Umbridge's stance as she blasted the room of requirements door open. Imitating her was far from glorious, but Bombarda he cast once more, hardly more than the Diffindo achieved. She had used Bombarda Maxima, and so he tried that, causing only minor debris. Yet ever since Potter's departure, Draco had been driven less by logic and more by a growing fury, occupied mostly by thoughts of Potter. Bombarda Maxima, Draco declared, closing his eyes, recalling the many failed attempts at the Mirror of Ariste, trusting there was no ancient magic defending this obstinate, albeit vulnerable wall. Undoing the mental barriers he'd constructed for over a year and a half to prevent the wand's power from causing unintended consequences was a daunting test. Visualizing an intricate knot to be untied to release a captive weight, Draco cast Bombarda Maxima after each imagined release, until the ropes were free and the dark barrier held back was unleashed. The undertaking was reminiscent of lowering his occlumency defenses, stabbing out with mind and magic as tools, visualizing the eruption from the wand as it had been in Ollivander's. Account was lost of how many Bombarda Maxima flew, the dark cloud and debris so thick it masked any released shadow. Bombarda Maxima, he shouted on this final occasion. The wall gave way in a powerful explosion, similar to the room of requirements door, sending bits of stone and plaster flying. Draco barely managed to attempt protection before pain shot through his face, knocking him back. The metallic taste filled Draco's mouth as dizziness overtook him, his head rolling like he was plummeting from a towering cliff, even as he found himself sitting haplessly on the cold, rough dungeon ground. Looking up, a blur resolved into the figure that had conjured the only shield capable of withstanding the chaos. I should be relieved, Severus's voice floated down with a dry touch of irony, to see you attempting to demolish a wall rather than scribbling on it. Severus, Draco stammered, hastily correcting himself. Professor, I can explain. Severus's wand waved with precision, and the protective barrier vanished, revealing Draco amid a ruinous heap, while Severus loomed above like a shadow. Just like that first fateful day at Hogwarts, Severus's murmured melody of healing enveloped Draco. The wand danced over his visage, mending with an episki, snapping Draco's nose into place with practiced ease. Tergio, accompanied by an array of cleansing charms, dusted over Draco with swift efficiency as clarity returned to his mind. Severus deftly removed the Talon wand from Draco's grip, setting it aside, and hauled him to the comfiest armchair nearby, commanding, "Stay," with an authority Draco could barely muster the thought to defy. Severus soon returned with a potion vial, pouring it into Draco's grasp. "Swallow," he ordered curtly, the atmosphere around them turning even more acrid when Draco hesitated. "It's White-Eye potion," Severus clarified tersely. "Essential as it appears you've sustained a concussion. Alternatively, I can escort you to Madame Pomfrey." Accepting the situation, Draco willingly gulped the liquid, and as awareness washed over him, a series of coughs erupted, which Severus labeled a natural consequence of breathing in a deluge of harmful dust. "Harmful?" Draco managed to ask, as Severus issued a humorless laugh. "Still not proficient in fiend fire, I see," Severus remarked dryly. "If you can stand, join me, Mr. Malfoy. It might benefit you to witness what you were eager to uncover." Draco obeyed, hacking as he rose, and Severus handed him additional vials for his cough and to replenish his blood. "No contestations," Severus declared, pressing the vials into Draco's hands as he gingerly approached the unveiled hearth. The fireplace stood almost unrecognizable, its once polished surfaces now charred obsidian. Even the powerful shield Severus had employed couldn't spare it. The intricate rune enshrined beneath the grate had transformed into an obsidian memory, while the grate itself had vanished. The blackened stone reached just below the flue's edge, and a circular line halted the burn, a testament to the shield's marginal success in curtailing the inferno within the hearth. Why was it blocked? Draco ventured, risking Severus's ire by questioning the man in such a vulnerable state. Severus, however, appeared keen to clear his own name. Draco knew too well the sting of wrongful suspicion from someone whom he had wished would trust him implicitly. "I managed to extinguish the flames after they burned out," Severus informed him composedly. "Yet it seems the liquid permeated even past the shields, embedding into the stone." Further tests indicated any spark could rekindle the fiendfire's fury. "I sealed the stone away to avert mishaps by the negligent. But rest assured, the diary met its end. I proclaim this with certainty, though it seems trust between us is strained." "I trusted you, Professor," Draco interjected earnestly, feeling as insignificant as the dust coating the floor. He coughed again, the restorative potions needing time to take effect, his demeanor meek and earnest. "I just wanted to be sure." "And you doubted my assurance didn't suffice, Mr. Malfoy?" Draco realized his blunders, acknowledging he should have heeded his instincts to trust Severus. But Potter's suggestions had clouded his judgment. "I couldn't understand why events now echo the Chamber of Secrets when the diary was supposed to end such things." "Quite intriguing," Severus remarked icily. "Your firm belief in the Chamber's reality and the diary's link to it." "I overheard snippets," Draco lied. "Father spoke loosely about the case, passing it to her. He even allowed Hermione to visit this summer." Severus's expression shifted from aloofness to mild annoyance. "At the time, I believed it was due to our agreement," Draco quickly elaborated. "In exchange for trying out for Quidditch, he let her visit, and I could stay with her in the Muggle world. I thought I'd swayed him. He didn't retaliate when I used Langlock on him." Seeing Severus's slight smile offered hope. "I thought he had changed, but he must have opened the chamber to target her, to punish me." "A conceited notion," Severus sighed, sinking into the armchair that now seemed eerily purposeless, without a fire to complement it. "This world doesn't revolve around you. Your self-importance rivals that of Potter." As his only heir, Draco contended, settling in the opposite chair, "he won't discard me easily. I'm meant for bigger things. He also despises the Weasleys, so it could be to target Mr. Weasley's daughter too." Recalling his father's move to seize control of Hogwarts fueled his theory. "He's in with the school board. He would love to dethrone Dumbledore without a drop of blood." "How much of this derives from facts, Mr. Malfoy?" inquired Severus smoothly, "and how much from gossip?" His gaze was piercing, making Draco feel the same scrutiny as when Potter had interrogated him. "A mix of both," Draco admitted uneasily, accepting another vial for his throat. "Take it if the cough lingers," Severus advised. "I appreciate it, Professor," Draco replied, and Severus appeared displeased by the gratitude. "This isn't a personal favor, Mr. Malfoy. I'm obligated as head of Slytherin House, with our Quidditch match against Gryffindor impending. Our seeker, it seems, would prefer an encounter with Fiendfire over one with Potter." "I apologize," Draco said sincerely, feeling genuine contrition for one of the few instances since his loop began. "Are your doubts dispelled, Mr. Malfoy?" Severus asked, signaling dismissal, leaving Draco feeling abashed. "Please, sir, let me assist the repair or cleanup." The wall, Severus stated bluntly, was not merely stone but fortified with charms and potions. "That you demolished it is unfortunate yet unsurprising." Do not presume your talent beyond that of an errant spark needing containment. I didn't mean. Are you distressed, Mr. Malfoy? Severus asked, rising, prompting Draco to stand as well. Let this serve as a lesson during your impressionable years. Trust is deceptive, seemingly solid as Hogwarts stones, but vulnerable when threats stir at its borders or emerge from within. It's astonishing how easily trust can shatter under the smallest strain, much like how you easily demolish this wall, Severus remarked, picking up a fistful of the rubble. He held it at a distance, mindful of the dust's toxins, then watched it slip through his open fingers. Once Draco had departed, Severus indulged in only a brief hour before deciding to investigate. Upon doing so, he discovered that he was now barred from entering the potions classroom, the storeroom, and even his own chambers.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this chapter, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated with more audiobooks. Happy listening!